Welcome to the JAMODI podcast. We are all surrounded by amazing coaches and leaders. So let's get an inside look at not just what they do, but how they do what they do. After all, becoming the best versions of ourselves is JAMODI, just a matter of doing it. Coaches, the JAMODI podcast is powered by Shoot 360. The future of basketball has arrived in Dallas-Fort Worth. Shoot 360 combines the latest sports technology with the fundamentals of basketball skill development. The result is a one-of-a-kind video game-like basketball program designed to improve your shooting, dribbling, and passing. Visit shoot360dfw.com to learn more and register for your free 1-hour workout evaluation. Shoot 360, the future of basketball is here.
JAMODI, to me, I heard it in 7th grade, and I still remember we're at a camp up in Pennsylvania, and we're doing skill work, and the guy's teaching us a drill, and he goes, "Guys, it's JAMODI. It's JAMODI." And all of us little kids are looking around like, what is he saying? Like, what word is that? And finally, somebody had the nerve to ask, "Coach, what does that mean?" And he said, "It's just a matter of doing it." Coach, I took that as like a personal mantra to me all throughout my playing career. It was what I named my skill workouts when I was young. And then when I started about doing this or thought about doing this, I was like, what could the title be for coaches and everything? It's JAMODI. And then when talking with you, you have an experience with JAMODI, and you're probably the first person that I've ever met too. So I can't wait to hear this story.
Well, the story is the genesis starts with, and that's the reason why it probably can't be trademarked and all that stuff, because it came from Nike's Just Do It. So back in the early 80s, when they were doing their Just Do It, a tennis coach in Brownfield, Texas, named Verdi Montgomery, and the player, they worked the city pool, and the year was 1982. And they were just making up, the players were working with him at the swimming pool. They said, let's make up a word that fits what we're going to be this year. Well, this boy named Derek McClure, I believe, came up with it, and they owned it. That's what they were. I picked it up in an article in the Brownfield newspaper. I was reading it. I'm from Brownfield. I was sitting in Stephenville, Texas, at the Tarleton Arms Apartments. I read it and went, wow, that's powerful, because it's a fun word. It was also in the years of Jumanji. I remember that Robin Williams movie.
Yeah.
So then Verdi put it on everything in the early 80s. There's t-shirt proof, and so it's well documented. Then I held on to it, going, man, one day I'm going to use that. And then when I was working TABC camps, I started wearing it. And so this is mid 80s, late 80s. And then in 1993, as a gift, the team gave me a personalized license plate, and I've owned it since the 1993 athletic banquet. And so I've got great documentation. I asked Verdi, I said, have you ever thought about making it your own? And he said, we did originally. However, the Nike people, there was no way. There was not a path for it. They didn't think. And so that's my story. And then I took it to Lonnie Gaylor. There's a lot of people that have basically called it their own. And then Bernie also said, it was kind of a gift. He said, because there was not a real good route to own it, because there was documentation that they did derive it from Just Do It. He go, man, we got to do something like Just Do It. And then they couldn't do that. So then they said, hey, what about we make up a word that's similar? And there you go. And through the years, Carla will say, do you want to keep the license plate? And my kids, my daughter, who now is, 42, and high school counselor and all, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's forever." And so even when I'm gone one day, I think they'll probably keep my driver's license and so they can get that license plate. It's cool in town. The good news is people know when I'm coming, and bad news is people know when I'm coming. So, but
That would
that's
have been so
Jamodi.
much
And when I
fun.
see your podcast, it makes me
Yeah.
smile. I go, Jamodi lives. And I know what's funny is somebody will give somebody credit. And I said, God, I said, let me tell you, we got good documentation in the Brownfield News and others in the summer of '82, and what the word meant, because they revealed it what it was, and I stole all of that. All year, Jamodi, what does it mean? You're gonna find out. What does Jamodi mean? You're gonna find out. And then one pregame, I think we were probably gonna play Alamo Heights. I said, I'm gonna tell you what Jamodi means. And today, when you have a play and you have a chance, it's just a matter of doing it. And, then- and,
Awesome.
that- and so I do that stuff at camps, and I would never tell anybody what it meant, when I was speaking to new people. But it's a cool deal, and you've done very, very well with it.
Well, thank you, and it's an honor to get to keep that name going, and I just never knew where it came from, Coach. So if nothing else, this talk has been incredible because I got to learn where that word has meant so much to me over the years. I mean, when I heard it, and think about that, Coach, I heard it in Pennsylvania at a
Oh, I know.
basketball camp, so it's traveled. Like, it's all over the place.
Jamodi has traveled, and I always defend Verdi. Then people ask me, why didn't you do something with it? I said, well, because I stole it from Verdi Montgomery. I said, it's not mine. I mean, I didn't. I can tell you exactly. I've already told you. I was reading the Brownfield News. Don't worry. Verdi's got good documentation. If anybody tries to claim it, I'll sick Verdi Montgomery on them because
Oh, I'm
and
so
no one
thankful that
has, and then when he's claimed it and people have tried to challenge it, they go, yeah, he won. It's Verdi's. Yep. No one can date past the early '80s.
well, I was born in '82, so for me
Well,
to
it
claim
it
it,
it may have
that's tough.
started on the day you were born, but
That's right.
that's the obvious start is the summer of 1981, '82. Yeah.
Wow. I'm so glad that I never tried to claim it, because I never knew where it came from. And over the years, I mean, I even started to do some Jamodi when I was way younger, just started coaching some Jamodi basketball camps
Yeah.
and so just at some like Flower Mound High School. And I was doing some different things with it. And people that were close to me said, man, you should trademark that. And I just thought, I don't know how to do that. But also I know I didn't come up with this. Like I know that. And so, but what if I would have just come out and said, yeah, listen, this is Jamodi podcast. It's a word I made up. I would have had you driving to my house, and then we'd come out, you point to the license plate, and
I would have I said, I've had this since the spring of '93. And I go, and I'm the nice guy. Wait till Verdi Montgomery finds that you claim it, because I stole it from him 10 years ago.
yeah,
That,
so I hope
every
I hope
now and then,
yeah,
that's why this is so funny, because that's what people would tell me. Oh man, you're on to something. I say, well, let's give a disclaimer. I'm not on to
yeah.
nothing. Verdi Montgomery, and then no one's been able to, when Verdi claims it, there's no opponents challenging him, and because it's well documented. Yep.
I hope that he and you feel like I've just been trying to honor the name, not take it as my own or anything, because that has been I would love for him to feel good about the fact that the Jamodi podcast is out there. I hope he does.
But he's an awesome. So in Wiley, the name of the Montgomery Center, Wiley, Texas. He had a tremendous career as a tennis coach
Mm,
and also as administrator. But in Wiley ISD in Texas, that new center, it's called the Montgomery. It's named after Bertie Montgomery.
that's
And
cool.
I dare anybody walk up to him, because they'll be sorry they did. He'll give them an hour dissertation how and then they'll ask him, and he'll go, we tried, and Nike said, "Bring it on." And so I
You're
don't
not
know
going to
how
win that
hard they
battle.
tried. They just did enough investigation to know that they didn't want any Nike, especially back in those days. Yep.
Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the JAMODI podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.